Tell our viewers a little bit about the American Made Foundation before we get into some of these topics.
Sure. It's a 501(c)(4) organization that is dedicated to re-educating the public, the American citizens, what their rights are and what the Constitution really means. And after watching your intro, I mean, it's needed desperately. People don't understand the Constitution or what it means, or what America means to the world, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, education has been suffering for so long. Children haven't been educated about the greatness of America, about our founding documents, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution. We have this 250th anniversary coming up next year. It would be a great time to reinstitute that kind of curriculum in our schools. So, maybe we'll see more of that, hopefully. But I think that's one of the problems. I mean, people get their information, I guess, these kids from social media.
Yeah, I think so. The education system in this country, it whitewashes the history books. I mean, it's not even real. It's been amazing. I met someone who has a library with books from the 1800s and 1700s, and to read the history out of those books, it's just astonishing what has been changed and what has been kept from the American people and how history has been altered. And that's what we're taught.
And I'm so glad that your foundation's named the way it is because, we have folks on this program all the time where we focus on America, American-made products, focus on American jobs, American companies. That's why I like the president's agenda to try to, institute reciprocal tariffs to create a level playing field so that we're no longer the sucker and that we are competitive now with some of these places, and maybe we can bring home some of our manufacturing and factories. And I think we're moving in the right direction. It doesn't happen overnight. And some of these voters, I guess, kept saying that affordability was their number one issue. They feel like they can't afford anything. And I'm wondering, why do you think they're feeling that way? Do you think the economy is really in bad shape? Or do you think it's a media narrative? Or what do you think's going on with that being the really number one issue for the voters that went to the polls on Tuesday?
Well, I think, if anyone goes to the grocery store, you go to get your oil changed or you go to buy an airline ticket. I mean, the prices are extraordinary right now. Prices are not coming down. Hotels that, doubled and tripled, to stay at a cheaper hotel like a Motel 6, that used to be like $50 a night. It's now like $150 a night. And they had raised those prices during COVID. Oh, we had to implement these extra cleaning procedures, etc. Nothing's ever come down. So, wages aren't going up, prices are still going up and staying up, and people can only sustain that for so long. People are living off credit cards. They're terrified. Nothing seems to be changing out there. I mean, I'm just the average woman, and I'm going to the grocery store and I'm still buying a $3.59 kombucha in a bottle, and it's small. It's extraordinary. That same bottle just before COVID was, $1.89. So the prices are just extraordinary. And I think people, when you see no way out, I mean, I think that's why the socialism is getting ushered in. People can't afford it. They want free things.
So we've seen a big reduction in gasoline prices. So that's been a positive. That's sort of a tax cut for Americans who drive, and most Americans do. So the prices there have come down. But you're right. I mean, in the grocery store, other prices don't seem to be going down, even though overall inflation is not that high. So what would you recommend that Republicans do? Do they need to focus more on the home front, on delivering for the American people? I mean, they were given leadership. I mean, they were given the Congress and the White House to get things done. I mean, I love the president's peace deals, but you win elections by focusing on the economy. And have they been doing enough of that?
I don't think they've been doing enough of anything for our country. One of the interviews that blew me away was Tucker's interview with Ted Cruz. I was absolutely floored watching that when he made the statement that he ran for office so that he could help Israel. I mean, if this is the attitude that they all have in there, they're not America first. They're not there to help their country, to serve their people, to serve their constituents. They're not there to serve at all. They're there to make money, and they're there to help Israel. And that's just not right. I mean, that's not how our government was set up. That's not what our Charter of Freedom stand for. It's flooring.
That's 100% right. I mean, we sent them there to put America first, no other country first, America first. And my personal view, Maureen, is that we shouldn't be giving foreign aid to anybody. I mean, we're 38 trillion in debt. We just added another $1 trillion in the past 2 months. We're spending like crazy, and we're giving foreign aid away. I mean, that just seems to be ludicrous to me. I mean, and we're getting, all these trillions that we spend in these wars that we were in for decades, these neocon wars. And it looks like, who knows what we could be getting into with other wars. And what if that money would have been invested in this country over those past 20 years? I mean, how much better off would we be today?
Oh, I mean, can you even imagine? I mean, truly, I think the sky is the limit. We've given, trillions and trillions of dollars overseas. And then when you do some digging and you look at the programs, like studying guinea pigs and, in a foreign nation and condoms in foreign nations, and we're paying for that. When we have single mothers in our own country, we have our veterans, homeless. It's despicable what they've done. We've been last for a long time. It's just that it's so appalling now because we're seeing it all at once. All of a sudden the lights are coming on, and we're seeing what the government's been doing to us for generations and how we've all been schnookered. So when you look at the Congress, when you look at the Senate, the fact that they all go in making $180,000 a year in DC, you can't live in DC on that. And so the fact that they come out, they should be scraping by financially on that kind of salary.
Right.
Yet 4 years later, they got $20 million in their bank account. It's because they're bought and paid for. So again, when you're being purchased by corporations and big tech and big pharma, and they're lining your coffers and AIPAC and foreign aid, you're not serving your constituents. You're violating your oath, and they shouldn't be there. They should, we need to clean house. We need to get everyone out of there.
Well, that's a very good point. I've been calling for term limits for decades. They won't do it. I've been calling for, the J6 videos to be released. They won't do it. Calling for an end to this insider trading and this stock trades where they make massive amounts of money. They won't do it. They constantly go on recess. They constantly are, feathering their own nest, as you say, getting there poor, coming out rich, and then starting lobbying careers when they finish their congressional quote-unquote service. I mean, it's corrupt. I mean, it's corrupt from top to bottom. I'm doing a web poll where I'm asking people to grade Congress, and the grades they're coming in are F and F minus. I mean, that's like a massive lead in the polls. So the people just don't think much of what's going on in Congress, and I don't blame them. I'm 100% with them. In our final few minutes, I want to get your thoughts on what's breaking today, and that could be a significant development in this J6 pipe bomber investigation, where the Blaze, Steve Baker, is reporting that they've got a 94% match from the video that was been released of J6 with a former Capitol police officer, a woman who went on later to become a security officer for the CIA. And more information is coming out about that. That's what they're alleging. That's the information that's coming out. Do you think that rings true to you, Maureen?
Oh, yeah. This whole thing has been a cover-up. I was fascinated when, the videos were released right at the beginning of Trump's presidency. And I had seen those videos 4 years ago. They were circulating around, and all of my friends had. So the fact that our government is just seeing this, or big media people are just getting their hands on this, when we the people have had it for a very long time. So it's rather shocking to me. And so yeah, I believe it, and I think most Americans, they know there's a there. When all this is starting to come out, a 94% chance that it's accurate. Yeah, I think people believe it. I certainly do. This was a total setup. This was one of the most disgusting framings, I think, in history. The innocent lives that, people that were incarcerated, people that lost their lives, how their families suffered, they lost homes. They're still blackballed.
Right.
What happened to these J6ers is so terrible. And the fact that it's looking more and more like a setup, which I always thought it was. But the evidence is coming out now to support that more and more. And in the fact that it was our own government that did it to us.
Yeah. Thankfully, we're getting finally the truth. Hopefully, we'll get the full story, and You're right. It was a disgusting setup, a scam from the beginning, and we've been lied to for years now, and it's time for the truth.